Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me during Spring Watch. This is my 2-week back-to-back dedication to all of the beautiful new things that have come out in our spring catalogue and our celebration catalogue, and in conjunction with my online class that you can find details of on my blog. And today's project is a chocolate box. Oh, this is so cute. Somebody asked me if I could make a box for truffles, and I asked what size they were, and the lady in question said kind of walnut size, so I didn't really know where to go with that because I haven't had walnuts in about 30 years. So I decided I was going to make it, you know, what I thought would have chocolate truffles in, and you know what, if it's too big that's fine, put more in. Anyway, this opens up in this fashion. Oops. How charming is that? Isn't that cool? Oh, I had a good play when I came up with this prototype, and it is so sweet. I love it, but it's all decadence as far as I'm concerned. You know, expensive chocolates, expensive truffles, and just lovely. And it's using new products. So you need a piece of cardstock. This is chocolate chip, funnily enough, that measures 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, or 14.5 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres if you're going for metric. Don't worry, I will put all of the details on my blog and a direct link as well. So you score it quite simply at 1 5/8 of an inch on all 4 sides, or if you're doing this in metric, you would score it at 4 centimetres on all 4 sides. So very simple, very easy. So that's the bottom of the box. So, assuming I don't throw it on the floor, fold on all your score lines and burnish them well. The chocolate chip cardstock is quite a thick, heavyweight card. I mean, all of our card is beautiful and amazing quality, but this one's just ever so slightly thicker. So trim up, and I'm going to take a little notch out of the square panels, just a little bit, just to help it close and just to get that very professional finish, and just helps with the close really and the build of the box. And then the last one, I'm going to build up the box because I want to use liquid glue on this, and I just want to pop it to one side to dry while I do the rest. So Tombow, squodge on each of these outer bits, the bits you've cut a little notch out of. Pop your lid on so you do not stick your jumper to it. Fold up the sides of your box just to create a nice flush finish, and that's where cutting these sections out makes a huge difference. Fold these ones over as well. Tombow dries remarkably quickly. You've got wibble room, but it will dry quick enough that you're not sat around for half an hour waiting for it to dry, or overnight or anything like that. So pop that to one side. I'm going to bring in my Big Shot, which is my lovely die cutting machine. Just move those out of the way slightly. I've got my magnetic plate. I've got the new Vellum, and it comes in 2 packs. There is a silver pack and a gold pack. Each of them have the same design. So you've got the spots, which is what I've shown in my original sample. There are big, quite bold stripes, and then these beautiful, delicate hearts as well. And it comes in a gold or a silver version. And the framelets I'm using, again from the spring catalogue, are the new banner framelets. These ones here, actually they've slipped a bit. It's this shape. And I'm taking the second largest. Now, there is something that you need to take into consideration. If you're doing a pattern, if you're doing the hearts, you need to do your first one. It doesn't matter which way around you do your first one. So, do you know what? You need a cutting plate on top. Magnetic platform, cutting plate, vellum and framelit, then the cutting plate on top. So you run it through, and I'm actually going to come back because vellum, well, by the nature of what it is slightly thinner than cardstock or designer series paper, so a second run makes the difference. So that's the first one. Now the second one, because this is a pattern of hearts, you need it to go that way round so that you have a continual loop of hearts rather than hearts going in different directions. So I'm just going to line that one up. and run this one through as well. And run that back, and it's quite normal to get the cracking with a big shot. It's the cutting plates doing their job, basically. Right, move all of this out of the way. But I know I'm going to have to line up my grid paper because that will make my brain hurt otherwise. Right, so you can see that's why we turned the card, the framelit round the opposite way, so that they will meet together in this fashion. And actually, oh, you know what, I've nearly got this perfectly lined up. Oh, that was a nice fluke. Anyway, right, bring in your scoring tool again, and this time you're going to line it up with the flat side on the left, you know, into your corner, and there are two score lines coming. They come at 3/8 of an inch, so right over here. Don't press too hard, because actually what will happen is, as you can see, the vellum is popping up. It's not too hard, so 3/8 of an inch, and at 2 1/8 of an inch, and in metric that is 1 centimetre and 5 centimetres, and again with the other one, so both of them are exactly the same, 3/8 of an inch and 2 1/8 of an inch. Right, fold these and do burnish these, because although we haven't pushed quite hard, vellum is remarkably strong stuff. I don't know what it's actually made of. I'm sure somebody out there will tell me. But this is tough stuff, it really is. You can heat emboss this, that looks gorgeous. Although obviously not one that's already got a pattern on, it would be kind of defeating the object. But yeah, you can heat emboss it. It obviously doesn't have any objection to being die cut. It will punch nicely. I've done projects with vellum before, punching them and heat embossing them and what have you. Right, so how to put it together now. These little tabs here, these little sections here, are going to sit underneath the box. They're going to just sit under, just like that, very cute. And so you can use anything. You could use a piece of sticky strip. You're not going to see it. I put liquid glue under this. I don't really know why I did that. I just picked it up, I think. Some liquid glue under there. And then I'm covering up this sort of seam section here. So you place that on, push it round. Actually, that was why I used liquid glue, for the wibble room. There we go, so that on one side, and then we'll do the same on the other side. I knew there was a reason. I make my prototypes usually a little bit of it, maybe a week or so in advance of actually filming them, so sometimes I do forget the reasons why I do things. And this was obviously the reason why I used liquid glue. But it's fine, we're not going to see it. It's at the bottom of the box. Who turns a box over to see how it's made? Well, okay, unless you're me. You wouldn't normally turn a box over to see how it's made. Right, so that's all in place. And it just feeds together. So can you see that? I've got one bit, well, if I turn it sideways, there you go. They're just sort of nesting together. So that's the idea. That's how it closes. And then I've got the new gold baker's twine, which is lush. Just lovely. I want to tie a bow on this, if I can. I'm going to try. And then I'm going to do a tiny little bit of stamping with the new Banner Blast stamp set and the matching banner punch, which is in the Celebration catalogue. Oh, can I get a bow going on? Probably not. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'd made a bow. Right, piece of chocolate chip cardstock. I've got the gold Encore ink, which it was in the spring, no, it wasn't in the spring catalogue at all, it was in the winter catalogue. Clearly proved very popular because it's been carried over again. I'm going to choose the Love stamp with from Banner Blast. And again using the gold ink. And this isn't like our inks, you do have to make sure you've got it really well covered, and you do have to press down quite hard. Also, make sure you're putting your stamp in the right direction that your punch is, so that you can follow it. I think we've all done it the wrong way round. Stamped and then punched in the wrong direction. Not good. Right, mini glue dot on the back of that, because if I try and get that onto that bow that I miraculously managed to make, I would completely butcher it. So where shall we have that? I think just there. So, oh, it's going to have to go there now because I've just trashed that. Oh, for goodness sake, look at that. Oh, it doesn't want to play. It said I've had enough. I'm camera shy. There we go. And slide that over. And that is my chocolate box, my chocolate truffle box. And yeah, you could put quite a lot of chocolate truffles in there, but it's a cool size. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me in this part of Springwatch. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye.